Matt Melzak, Rob Wersinski, and our crew. Happy to have you back here at the Huntington Center. Rob, 4-game home winning streak for the Toledo Walleye. That is a season high for Toledo. They also moved to 5 games above 500 at 15-10-1.
You know, Matt, an important thing here is there's no passengers. You can go up and down the lineup. Everybody playing a solid game. You can really make an argument for half the lineup for player of the game. You know, you take your pick for player of the game, but I mean, you look up and down the lineup. You know, guys that even didn't contribute on the score sheet, you know, had a big role on the game tonight. And as far as the outcome, just from start to finish, a great effort.
Yeah, and effort might be the key word there. You said it at the beginning. I know the coaching staff was really on it tonight. I heard Dan Watson earlier, Nick Vitucci with you, talking about full 60-minute effort and really the commitment to defense that Jordan Pearce talked about as well. And they did all of that tonight.
And that's focus, and that's commitment, and you saw that tonight. You saw a team determined to get out of here with 2 points, and that's exactly what the Walleye did.
Well, let's take a look at the Huntington Bank highlights of the game, Rob. And very early on, we had a feeling Toledo was going to carry a lot of the play because they did in the first period, which was the most even of the 3 periods tonight.
And you saw Max Campbell and Rowe, who I thought had solid games. You take your pick. You see all the rubber that was flying. You know, Phil Rauch there, you know, joining a rush, getting in front of the net, trying to create something. You saw a lot of that with the Walleye D, you know, picking and choosing their spots to jump into the play.
And Jordan Pearce made his save. He mentioned something to you where he had to be very sharp in the first period. 15 shots he faced in the first, Rob. After that point, he only faced 12 from the ice.
And you see Dayton with just a number of great saves there, Rogers and Broadhurst. You know, certainly after 2 periods of play, it could have been more than 1-0. You see Cody Lample. Just a lot of players just coming in and joining the rush and creating chances. And again, here, of all things, just a simple little play, a little hack and whack, as I call it, and Travis Novak gets rewarded for it.
Yeah, he certainly did. Willie Coetzee would throw this one in for the empty net. Terry Broadhurst would cap the scoring as Toledo comes away with a victory tonight. And back-to-back wins here to start this week, Rob, with only 1 game remaining against Florida tomorrow. Yeah,
and Florida, a team that's right there, even with Toledo in the standings. I don't know how they did against Kalamazoo tonight, but you know, as these games wear on, you get deeper and deeper into the season. That's when you want to get some of that separation with some of the teams to secure a playoff spot.
And Toledo's power play, although it went 0 for tonight, Rob, really showed a lot of things. They generate a lot of chances and probably should have been rewarded tonight.
Yeah, but what you want to see on the power play, you want to see movement, you want to see that puck movement, you want to see shots, you want to see net presence. You had all of that. Unfortunately, they weren't rewarded on the power play, but certainly when you go back and review it, you can't complain about the effort because the 5 players, whoever the 5 players were for the Walleye, were certainly out hustling, out working the 4 penalty killers. They just weren't able to put one past Dayton tonight on the power play.
And as I mentioned to Dan Watson, and yes, back-to-back 3-goal outbursts in the third period. Now a plus 11 in the third period for Toledo.
And I mentioned this before in the third period. This comes down to conditioning too. So, you know, credit the players and the coaching to make sure that this team is ready to play, as you say, a full 60 minutes. And conditioning is a big thing, and they're definitely showing that. When you get these games like against Wheeling and now against Evansville tonight, where you just kick it into another gear in the third, we'll see what you say about conditioning.
1 more game to go this weekend, and that is tomorrow evening. 5:05 start time. That's our next game down here at the Huntington Center. And, of course, we remind you can get your tickets now at ToledoWalleye.com. Well, that's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. For my broadcast partner, Rob Wersinski, and our entire crew, my name is Matt Melzak. Once again, your final score, the Toledo Walleye 4 and the Evansville IceMen 0.
This is our house. It's time for this to start. Whatever comes automatic, whatever comes naturally, I'll still be 10 times.